José Mourinho never tried to beat Barcelona. He tried to make them afraid of themselves. Those are two completely different things, and football still hasn't fully understood which one he actually achieved. Everyone remembers the trophies, everyone remembers the impossible passing, the endless triangles, the possession, the certainty that once Barcelona had the ball, you might not touch it again for minutes. They didn't just beat teams, they made resistance feel pointless. Which is why one question still refuses to disappear. If Pep Guardiola's Barcelona looked unbeatable, why did José Mourinho believe they could be beaten? The easy answer is that he parked the bus. The real answer is far more unsettling. Both words are wrong, and the real explanation is more unsettling than either. And hidden inside that difference is a story that quietly changed football, because maybe Mourinho didn't break Barcelona at all. Maybe he did something even harder. He made the most dominant team on earth question itself. At their peak, Guardiola's side seemed to play half a second ahead of everyone else. One harmless pass became another, then another. Each touch pulled defenders a little farther out of place until the pitch opened on its own. Opponents reacted. Barcelona dictated. The trophies followed. So did the records, league titles, Champions Leagues, historic point totals. Even elite managers abandoned parts of their own identity just to survive 90 minutes against them. The world admired the passing. Almost nobody questioned what the passing depended on, because possession wasn't the real weapon. Control was. Control of space, control of tempo, control of belief. Take away even one of those and the machine could still move. It just wouldn't move the same way. Almost nobody wanted to test that idea. Mourinho did. Not because he disliked beautiful football, because he distrusted inevitability. Where others saw perfection, he saw habit, and habit leaves clues. That became his obsession, not stealing the ball, stealing comfort. The scoreboard would tell one story, his methods would tell another. Most people still explain Mourinho's plan with two words: park, bus. It's neat, it's memorable, but it's also incomplete. He wasn't trying to stop Barcelona from passing. He was trying to decide where they passed. Imagine closing every road into the center of a city. The traffic doesn't disappear. It just keeps moving without arriving. Barcelona still completed hundreds of passes. The numbers still looked overwhelming. But slowly, the danger drifted away from goal, and that was the trap. Because Mourinho wasn't waiting for 10 mistakes, he only needed one loose touch, one interception, 1 second where the perfect picture lost its shape. Then everything accelerated. Guardiola's team squeezed the pitch relentlessly. Fullbacks pushed forward. Defenders stepped high. The field became so small that opponents barely had room to breathe. It made Barcelona terrifying. It also exposed one fragile moment. The instant possession changed hands, escaped the first wave of pressure, and the grass behind it suddenly looked endless. Most teams never reached those spaces. Some lacked quality, some lacked courage. Mourinho believed timing mattered more than either, so his teams waited, then struck before Barcelona could reset. The possession statistics rarely captured that tension. The feeling inside the stadium did. Barcelona could dominate the ball and still leave everyone wondering if the next counterattack would change everything. In the 2010 Champions League semi-final, Inter Milan faced Guardiola's Barcelona. Before the first whistle, most expected another exhibition of Barcelona's superiority. For long stretches, they got one. Barcelona monopolized possession. Inter monopolized conviction. Every recovery had purpose. Diego Milito stretched defenders into uncomfortable spaces. Wesley Sneijder appeared where nobody expected him. Samuel Eto'o, facing the club that had sold him, sacrificed personal glory for tactical discipline. Then the whistle blew. Inter had won 3-1. Europe saw an upset. Mourinho saw proof. But the defining image was still waiting. At Camp Nou, Thiago Motta was sent off early. Inter would spend more than an hour with 10 men. The match became less a contest than a siege. Barcelona attacked again and again and again. Every minute increased the pressure. Every clearance strengthened belief. The stadium expected inevitability. Inter believed in endurance. Barcelona scored once, not twice. When the final whistle arrived, another idea escaped into European football. Maybe the way to challenge Barcelona wasn't to become them. Maybe it was to make them uncomfortable being themselves. But Mourinho wasn't chasing one famous night. He was challenging an entire philosophy. His move to Real Madrid turned tactical disagreement into personal rivalry. Every Clasico felt like a referendum on how football should be played. Every handshake looked cold. Every press conference became another front in the same war. Then came the 5-0 defeat. For many observers, the debate ended there. Mourinho reached the opposite conclusion. He adjusted details, never principles. He trusted discipline, patience, timing. Eventually, those convictions paid him back. In 2012, Cristiano Ronaldo's late winner at Camp Nou secured a 2-1 victory that pushed Real Madrid toward the league title. The goal changed the standings. The performance changed perception. Barcelona could be rushed. Their rhythm could be broken. Their certainty could be shaken. And once certainty disappears, fear usually follows. What followed reached far beyond Spain. Managers across Europe borrowed pieces of Mourinho's thinking without borrowing Mourinho himself. Some pressed high, some defended deep, others blended both. The systems looked different. The question underneath never changed. How do you make the team with the ball feel uncomfortable? But someone else was asking questions too, Pep Guardiola. And that is the quiet twist that makes this rivalry timeless. The more opponents searched for weaknesses, the more Guardiola searched for solutions. At Bayern Munich, his structures evolved. At Manchester City, they evolved again. Players stayed behind attacks, positions shifted, transitions became safer. The spaces opponents once dreamed about slowly disappeared. Ironically, the man often credited with breaking Guardiola may have accelerated Guardiola's greatest evolution. Which means this story was never really about one coach defeating another. It was about obsession meeting adaptation. One mind searching relentlessly for cracks, the other rebuilding the wall before those cracks could spread. That brings us back to the question from the beginning. Did Mourinho break Guardiola's Barcelona? On certain nights, yes. Across certain matches, absolutely. But over the longer history of football, something even more important happened. He forced Guardiola to reinvent his own ideas before the rest of the game could. And maybe that's the highest compliment one visionary can pay another. Because football's biggest revolutions rarely begin with a trophy, they begin with doubt. With one person refusing to accept what everyone else calls inevitable. And in the end, greatness isn't remembered because nobody found a weakness. It's remembered because someone did, and it still found a way to evolve.